Okay, thank you for joining us again today. Sensei Kerry will be helping me out with the partner work again, and maybe give his thoughts of how he's actually feeling again. It's not just me showing the moves, it's also how the uke should be feeling during the actions. We're going to be looking at some of the ippons that the association that I belong to use for grading purposes. And they're associated with some of the katas, so possibly we'll be looking at the kata moves and where these ippons are referenced to. Realise that there's a lot of other associations there out in the Wado world, whether you belong to the Wado Kai or Wado Ryu, Remni, whatever. But it doesn't mean that you can't just, in your own personal training, if it's okay with your sensei or in your own personal dojo, to maybe introduce some of these tips and techniques. So I hope you enjoy it. Welcome. The first two ippons that we use are from a kata that we use, again in my association, is called Kion kata, very basic kata. But in the Wado world, nothing's basic. So the moves that we're picking up on is Jodanuki, and also Gidanbare. With the Jodanuki one and the Gidanbare one, we're trying to use both sides of the brain. We're basically taking the right leg back and the left arm up. And in the Gidanbare, we're taking the left leg back and the right hand down. So you're using both sides of the brain, and you're using opposite sides, so as to get used to each part of the body moving, whether it be up or down, left leg back, right leg back. So that's the basic principle, and we'll take you through the moves. Okay, so to break it down, I go back. Not only do I go back, I move off centre. Remember the sen and the two other centres, so you split in your face up into four. So you started off sen just then you moved. Then to get the rest, you are moving your head and your uke. Jodanuki, hip and distance. Then I want to do nagashi, 45 degrees, and while I'm doing this I will be doing the gakuzuki. And also moving my hand, if possible trapping this arm with this, but not necessary. And your gakuzuki. Over the top, must be over the top. If you've not trapped the arm when you're punching here, so you need to be on the top. We try and go for gold, which is to try and trap the arm, And we're going over the top because we don't want to get in the habit of punching low. Punch. And to lower our body. Not this, because the headbutt, but make sure you keep your head down but looking forward. Then Sugihashi or Okurihashi to go out. Ensure that you kiai when you are doing your gakuzuki.
So during this waza, there are several things that the UK should be experiencing. Some are obvious, some are not quite so obvious. There is a downward pressure on the arm causing a collapsing of the centre. We touched on this in the previous video, where if you can put weight into your opponent and you are effectively using them to hold you up, that makes their counter attack much more difficult. There was two different directions of rotation. Sensei was using his hand on the shoulder to create one form of rotation, and then the pressure with the other arm, which was causing an opposite rotation, so you're getting a spiralling effect on the body. Again, making it very difficult to counter-attack against. What you may not be able to see from the camera, but he'd also got his fingers under the jaw, and there are lots of nerves in this area of the neck and the jaw. So again, a little bit of pressure in the points under the jaw. So a few little tips and tricks that you can try out with your partner when you're training in this technique, and try and add this little extra layers of complexity.